Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start talking about the senses. This is series 3. Remember, we did somatic senses, and we're ready to go on. And these are still somatic senses, but not tactile or touch, I should say. Sorry. These are tactile, but we talked about touch already. So let's talk about pressure. Pressure are laminated or proscenium corpuscles. They're deep within the dermis. If we look at this picture right here, we can see that the proscenium corpuscles are actually right here, like it said, deep within the dermis. And they're mechanical. These are the specialized receptors that we've been talking about in central nervous system. They rapidly adapt. So think about like whenever you have on clothes, we've talked about that before. They go away. Things on top of your head, the impulses go away, and you don't know they're there anymore. They can be under mucous membranes or in the serous membranes. Remember, the serous membranes are around your abdomen. They can be around joints. They can be the periosteum. Remember, that's the covering of the bone. Mammary glands and certain visceral, or remember, visceral is vital organs. They're also sensitive to high pitch vibration. So they detect pressure, they're rapidly adapting. They also detect high pitch vibration. Think about nails on the chalkboard making your skin kind of crawl. Okay, itch and tickle are really kind of interesting too. Itch is actually stimulated by chemicals and they're detected by free nerve endings. The chemicals are released during inflammation and that makes us itch. So think about a mosquito bite, comes up and injects into your arm so that it can suck out blood and it inflames that area, releases chemicals, and it itches. Tickle is also free nerve endings or laminated corpuscles. But the thing is you can't tickle yourself. You tickle somebody else, but you can't tickle yourself because it has something to do with your brain knowing where you know where your hand is going to go. So it's sort of a mix of the touch and the anticipation of the touch that makes tickle the sensation as it does. So it truly like is part of that brain. Thermal sensations. Thermal sensations are thermoreceptors. They're free nerve endings again. So you can see free nerve endings can be sensitive to different things. If they're thermoreceptors to hot and cold, they're two different receptors because cold is in the epidermis itself. That's where I detect cold, but deeper down is where you detect warm in the dermis. If it's very cold or hot, then that stimulates nociceptors and pain. Nociceptors are sensitive to chemicals in tissue damage. So a lot of times if it's very hot and very cold, you can't tell what it is. It might feel hot, it might feel cold, and the reverse is true. It might really be hot whenever it feels cold. So that's pain receptors, and nociceptors are pain receptors. Okay, and that's what we're going to talk about right here. Pain receptors are nociceptors, which are free nerve endings, and we have them everywhere except one place, the brain. So once you, like, if they're going to operate on your brain, all they have to do is to get a local so that they can remove part of the bone and then they can do while you're awake. I think we watched a video where they actually did an operation with somebody's awake during the operation so that they could respond to them. Therefore, they know where they're doing, like where they are and if they're doing any damage. Nociceptors can detect excessive stretching. They can detect prolonged muscular contractions. Think about how bad a Charlie horse hurts. Inadequate blood supply, like a blood clot. And what they're really detecting is the presence of certain chemicals due to tissue breakdown. There's very little adaptation because you don't want adaptation in pain receptors. It prevents further tissue damage, so you know that the pain is there. But the bad thing is that pain can persist because the chemicals are left behind even when the source of the pain has been removed. In somatic pain, it's sent back to the stimulated area. That means that whenever something hurts on the surface of my body, such as near the skin or the muscle, it goes right back to that same area. Whereas visceral pain is not generally projected back to the stimulated area and can be all over the skin or where it is. This is referred pain. If you look at this slide right here, you can see that this is some of the areas that we have referred pain, such as if a heart attack, it might be in your chest on your left side, or it might go all the way down the arm. Also, it can be in your back. Sometimes it can even be in your jaw, heart pain can. Liver and gallbladder can be up around your shoulders, just as the lung and diaphragm. So all of this is like a chart that you can look at to say, well, like if I have pain here, it's possibly at an organ that could be further away. This is caused because the nerves to different areas enter the spinal cord in the same place, and the nociceptors are very far apart. So the brain can't perceive which nociceptor it's actually coming from, and it projects it back to a location that another nerve in that area might be. Then we've got fast pain and slow pain. Fast pain is rapid, acute, sharp, or prickling. So think of a stabbing pain, and it almost always goes back to the area that is being stimulated. In other words, where the issue is. It's not felt deeper. It's strictly on the surface. Like I said, stabbing or acute pain. Remember, acute means rapid onset. Slow pain begins second or more after the actual stimulus to pain and then increases in intensity. This can be chronic. Remember, chronic is slow onset, hard to go away. Like think of throbbing or aching type of pain. It can be skin, but it's usually a lot of times deeper tissue. Okay, I'm going to start on the next one, and we're going to cover proprioceptors and then go all the way through gustation, I believe. Okay. See you guys later.